Have you ever known someone for years, and then, in a single moment, watched their true face appear? A flash of coldness behind the warm smile, a flicker of contempt beneath the kind words. And in that instant, you understood. The person you thought you knew was only the mask. The real face had been hiding all along. N. According to Friedrich Nietzsche, every human being wears a mask. Not always out of evil, but out of fear. We hide our weakness behind confidence. We hide our envy behind politeness. We hide our cruelty behind concern. The face the world sees is rarely the face that lives underneath. And the person who cannot read these masks will spend their whole life being deceived by them. N. Nietzsche understood this long before our time. He spent his life studying the gap between what people show and what they truly are. He believed that to see clearly, to perceive the real motive behind the pleasant surface, was one of the rarest and most dangerous forms of wisdom. Tonight, I will show you 7 masks that people wear to hide who they really are. Pay close attention until the end, because the 7th mask is the most deceptive of all. And it is the one that fools even the wisest among us. NN Mask 1. The mask of kindness. Imagine the scene. Someone is endlessly sweet, endlessly agreeable, always smiling, always helpful. And yet, something about it feels heavy, almost suffocating. Genuine kindness asks for nothing. But the mask of kindness is always keeping score. It gives in order to control. It helps in order to bind you to a debt you never agreed to. Nietzsche understood this as a quiet exercise of power, the weak learning to dominate not through strength, but through guilt. It's not generosity. It's an investment expecting a return. Ask yourself, does their kindness set me free or slowly tie me down? NN Mask 2, the mask of honesty. This person prides themselves on telling it like it is. They claim they are just being real, just being truthful. But notice when their honesty appears, it arrives precisely when it can wound you. It targets your insecurities with surgical precision, then hides behind the excuse that they were only being honest. Nietzsche saw through this. He knew that cruelty often disguises itself as virtue, that the desire to hurt frequently wears the costume of truth. It's not honesty. It's permission to be cruel. Ask yourself, are they telling me the truth to help me, or to enjoy watching it land? NN Mask 3, the mask of the victim. Wherever this person goes, they have been wronged. Every story ends with them as the innocent one. Every relationship collapsed because of someone else. Every failure was always somebody else's fault. At first, you feel sympathy. But over time, you notice the pattern. They are never responsible, never accountable, never the cause. Nietzsche called this resentment, the soul that cannot face its own choices, so it rewrites every story to escape the weight of them. The eternal victim is often the quiet manipulator, using your compassion as a leash. It's not innocence, it's a strategy. Ask yourself, are they truly powerless, or simply unwilling to look in the mirror? NN Mask 4, the mask of humility. This is one of the most subtle masks of all. The person lowers themselves constantly. Oh, I'm nothing special. Oh, I could never. But watch closely, and you will see the hunger underneath. Their humility is bait. It is performed precisely so that others will rush to praise them, to lift them up, to reassure them. Nietzsche understood that false humility is often vanity in disguise, pride pretending to be modesty so that it may be fed without appearing to ask. It's not modesty. It's a mirror angled to catch compliments. Ask yourself, do they lower themselves to serve others or to be raised by them? NN Mask 5, the mask of the friend who secretly competes. On the surface, they celebrate you. They congratulate you. They stand beside you. But beneath the smile, a quiet ledger is always running. When you succeed, their applause comes a half-second too late. When you struggle, a strange comfort flickers across their face before the concern arrives. Nietzsche understood this hidden envy as one of the most corrosive forces in human relationships, the inability to bear another's rise. They do not want you to fall. They simply cannot stand to watch you climb higher than them. It's not friendship. It's rivalry wearing the face of loyalty. Ask yourself, do they celebrate my success or measure themselves against it? NN Mask 6, the mask of confidence. This person seems untouchable, loud, certain, dominant, always in control. They fill every room, command every conversation, never show a moment of doubt. But true confidence does not need an audience. The mask of confidence is loudest, precisely where it is weakest. Beneath the bravado lies a fragile self, terrified of being seen as small. Nietzsche knew that the most aggressive displays of strength often conceal the deepest insecurity. The truly strong have no need to prove it. It's not confidence. It's fear performing courage. Ask yourself, does their strength come from within, or does it collapse the moment no one is watching? NN music. Crescendo begins, and now, Mask 7, the most deceptive of all, the mask of the person who has no mask. Listen closely. This is the one that fools even the wisest among us. This person presents themselves as completely transparent, completely authentic. What you see is what you get, they say. I have nothing to hide. They wear honesty itself as a costume. And because they appear to have removed every mask, you trust them completely, which is exactly what makes them so dangerous. Nietzsche understood that the deepest deception is the deception that announces its own innocence. The person who insists they are an open book is often the one who has simply hidden the pages most carefully. It's not transparency. It's the most sophisticated mask of all. Ask yourself, do I trust them because I have truly seen them, or because they told me there was nothing to see? NN, and here is your bonus, the deepest truth beneath all 7 masks. The mask you must understand most is your own. Nietzsche believed that before we can see through others, we must first confront the faces we wear ourselves. The kindness we use to control, the honesty we use to wound, the humility we use to be praised. We are not only the deceived, we are also, at times, the deceivers. To see this without flinching is painful, but it is the beginning of true self-knowledge. The person who understands their own masks becomes almost impossible to fool, because they finally recognize in others what they have already seen in themselves. NN. Here is the philosopher's final lesson. Nietzsche never asked you to become paranoid, to suspect everyone, to see enemies in every face. He asked you to become perceptive, to understand that the surface is never the whole story, that people are layered, complex, and often hidden even from themselves. Seeing through a mask does not mean you must hate the one who wears it. Sometimes it simply means you choose how close to let them come. Wisdom is not cynicism. It is clear sight, held with a steady heart. NN. The goal is not to tear every mask away. The goal is to never again mistake the mask for the face. NN. So tell me in the comments, which of these 7 masks have you encountered the most in your life? The mask of kindness, the mask of the victim, or the 7th? The mask of the person who claims to have no mask. If this lesson reached you, leave the word clarity below to show you watched until the end. And remember, the most dangerous people are not the ones who hide their faces, but the ones who convince you they have nothing to hide at all. Subscribe to Daily Philosophy to discover more lessons inspired by Friedrich Nietzsche, human psychology, and the quiet art of seeing clearly.